Oh my god. Oh, that is so cute. Chad, come look at this. Have you seen this? Look at this little character. Look at this little guy. This little guy. Chad,
Max,
look at
I've seen it.
There's a little
I've seen it a million times.
It is literally Jover for Jack Doohan. I'm having to record this on my phone right now because I'm away from home and I woke up to my Instagram being completely painted with a bald Australian dude looking sad and an Argentinian that creepily looks like Ayrton Senna smiling. This is bad timing for me because I was literally going to make a video on Jack Doohan today on how I thought he might not actually get replaced by Colapinto and deserves the seat, but literally less than 24 hours after Oliver Oakes, the team principal of Alpine, resigned, Flavio Briatore decided that a massacre was in order, then swiftly yeeted the Aussie out the door. So yes, Jack Doohan, the Australian rookie, has officially been replaced by the Argentinian rookie, Franco Colapinto, after only 6 races. This all comes after literal months of speculation as to what will happen with Jack in his F1 career, with rumours of him being dropped even before the bloody season started, which is borderline child abuse. Not only is being an F1 hard enough as it is pressure-wise, but when you're a rookie it's almost tenfold, as you have to actually prove you belong there. Added to the fact that loads of other rookies have come through this year and are trying to do the same thing as you, makes for a nerve-wracking environment at the least. Now if that isn't enough, now add on to the fact that the media, literally before the season even starts, asks about how someone is already speculated to take your seat before the middle of the season, what you think of that and how you're dealing with it. Then realizing that the dude in dual charge of actually deciding that sort of flaming move is Flavio fucking Briatore, a man who has been involved in more controversies than Kanye West, is known to be extremely cutthroat in decision making, and is literally French. It's not exactly hard to say Jack was sort of doomed from the start at all angles. All of that pressure was like a boiling pot and the heat was clearly too much for him to handle. And honestly, I do feel for him. F1 is a harsh business at the best of times, and it feels like as of recent it's become a lot more similar to how it used to be back in the day, especially now there's a shining lack of pay drivers to wave their money around to keep seats. But here's the flaming question. Do I believe he should have been replaced? Jack Doohan, in his 9 starts in Formula 1, achieved a 15th place in Abu Dhabi last year compared to Gasly's 7th. This year, a DNF in Australia compared to Pierre's 11th, a P20 in the China Sprint compared to P12 by Gasly, a P13 in the race compared to Gasly finishing P11 but then being disqualified due to plank wear, a P15 in Japan compared to Gasly's P13, a P14 in Bahrain compared to a 7th by Pierre, a P17 in Saudi Arabia whilst Gasly crashed on the first lap to DNF, a P16 in the Miami Sprint to Pierre's 8th, and a DNF in the race itself after slamming into the side of Lawson at the first corner of the first lap. Gasly went on to finish 13th. It doesn't look great. The race results aren't exactly as standout. He's leading the Destructors Championship, aka has caused the most money in damages to his car of anyone on the grid, and he didn't manage to score any points in his F1 career, with Gasly scoring all 7 points they've managed so far this year. But I still believe he didn't deserve to lose his seat. I know I just compared him to Pierre Gasly then, which is technically the only fair way to look at someone's relative performance, but he's a fucking rookie for fuck's sake. He should be expected to make mistakes like this and learn from it in the future. Fair enough if he's still doing the same shit next year, then bin him off, sure, but 6 races into this season is literally diabolical. And bear in mind that his teammate in Pierre Gasly, who I just compared to him, has literally had 7 full-time Formula 1 seasons under his belt and is a proven race winner. Yes, use him as a benchmark, sure, but to directly compare the two and use that as leverage to remove Jack from the seat is just insane. Pierre's literally had more seasons in the sport than Jack has had actual races. Wait, that's just... Oh my god, that's a crazy stat. Even someone like Max Verstappen himself, the Messiah, made huge mistakes in his rookie season, and he turned out just fine. If they treated Max the same way Jack's being treated right now, well, bye-bye, future 4-time world champion. Now, we just have to see how well Franco Colapinto will do as his replacement in his shoes, because whilst Franco did seriously impress last year after replacing Logan Sargent and getting more points in 2 races than Logan did in his entire career, catching strays, he also did have quite a few instances of crashy Alpine-ness. The Alpine also isn't exactly good this year, and I think it's just Gasly doing a phenomenal job to even qualify and then finish where he's doing, so I'm not exactly expecting much different to happen from Jack to Franco. Then again, this is the time to see if Franco actually has what it takes. I think Franco may have deserved the seat more by the end of the year, but by no means do I think that Jack deserved to lose it. You've also got to bear in mind that it's harder the worse the car is to show off better results compared to someone like Antonelli doing a really good job, or even someone like Behrman doing a really good job in the Haas. I think Behrman specifically is a really good shining example of races really, really well and then makes it look like he's doing better than he actually is sometimes, because qualifying 20th in a Haas or being 20th in a Haas and then getting to 10th is really impressive, but if you could qualify in 11th and finish 10th, is that as impressive? Same amount of points, etc. Antonelli is doing a phenomenal job, but once again, he's probably in the second or third fastest car on the grid right now, so it's a lot easier to get better results. Someone like Gabriel Bortoleto, he could be doing extremely well. He could be putting in the best laps of his career, but it's sort of similar to George Russell and Williams in 2019 and 2020. He's in the worst car. He could literally do the best lap of his entire life and he'd still be P20. All they can really do is outqualify their teammates, and I think that's probably the reason why Flavio Briatore, apart from being Flavio Briatore, has decided to get rid of Jack Doohan this early in the season. It's a very simple mindset to have, and I really hope that it goes wrong for him in a way. I don't hope Colapinto does badly, but I kind of want Flavio Briatore to have karma for replacing Jack this early in the season without sort of ruining Colapinto's season. I don't know how I'm going to have those two conjoined together, but whatever. This also sets yet another precedent in Formula One. Yuki Tsunoda and Logan Sargent are two examples in the last few years of rookies who were given a second year, but didn't really think they deserved a second year. Yuki Tsunoda literally came out and said, "I am surprised they signed me again," which is brutal honesty. But there was a lot of conversation about Logan Sargent not actually getting a second year, and then he eventually did. I think Franz Tost put it really, really well when he said you should give someone at least 2 years in Formula One to prove they belong there. And I can see what he's saying. Well, more than 6 fucking races to prove who they are. Either way, I'm going to end it now. I just wanted to do a very quick video on the subject because I know everyone's going to be getting them all out now. As I said, I was going to be making a video on Jack Doohan today anyway, being like, is it Jover for Jack Doohan? But it is actually Jover for Jack Doohan. I needed to just get something out there. My phone quality hopefully isn't as bad as it sounds on my phone. It's kind of why I didn't want to make a super long video on it, because if the quality is bad, I don't want to drain your life from your ears too much. So I'll let you go. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. My name's Frosty, and I do have an outro. Bye.